Alright, so you've had your ZMF for a while, or you just got it and you live in a maybe dry environment and your headphone's either squeaking a little bit or you want to wipe something off it. The key thing to know is that you always want to do the least amount possible when it comes to maintaining your ZMF headphone. And what I mean by that is always using the least amount of, stuff besides a dry cloth, like polish, wax, alcohol, who knows. And please use the approved stuff on your ZMF. So the stuff you'll want to use if you have a squeak, the two things I could recommend are, one, either using this Penthouse polish or another guitar polish. The Martin guitar polish works, as well as the Dunlop, or we also use this Nomad guitar detailer in the shop. That stuff's pretty gentle. And then if you have food grade silicone around your house, you could spray a little bit of that to kind of lubricate the finish on your headphone. And I really like these cans because they come with an applicator here that you can kind of spin up. And when you're doing this, you can kind of hold out the headphone here. Let's get it in frame. And you can just put the slightest amount right on the headphone and just kind of spray it right in there. Let's get a better view from the side here. So if you're kind of, just putting a little bit in the side, I would just put it right in there and just squirt it until you get the tiniest amount, just a little bit, and then just kind of massage it into the headphone. And that's all you're gonna need. If you're using the Penthouse polish, same thing here, kind of angle the headphone aside, get the Penthouse right there, and just spray just the tiniest amount. And you can kind of use your finger to move this around. You could even use some of the excess to put it on the other side. And then just let that lubricate your headphone back and forth until you don't have any squeak anymore. And honestly, the squeak you're usually going to hear here. You're not going to hear it once you put it on your head. So as long as the squeak is minimal, it's nothing really to worry about. It comes from us using those square-shaped O-rings that keep the gimbal, protected from the cup. And we have to use those square ones because, actually the round ones, if you want to hear a headphone squeak, the round ones squeak a lot more. And then lastly, definitely keep your ZMF cloth on hand. And this cloth is a polishing cloth. It's meant for polishing your ZMF headphones. It's kind of a lint-free material. And the best thing to do is just take this cloth and just wipe your ZMF as it's dry. And if you use the silicone or anything else, it's good to wipe that off the headphone. But this finish that we use, regardless if it's one of our hand varnishes or our finishes that are sprayed on, the best thing to do is just going to be to wipe that off and keep the wood finish clean. The only time you'd really want to go ahead and use like a Penthouse polish or another polish would be if something got on the headphone, some foreign substance you were eating while using your headphone, you got alcohol on or something that you don't want to get on the headphone, and you'd want to wipe it off. And so typically if it's just dust, just use the dust cloth, and then the polish or getting the stuff off is if something else got on the headphone. And please, please, please do not use alcohol on the headphone. That is one thing that with some of our finishes may corrode the finish away and cause actual damage. So in recap, always do the most gentle thing possible on your ZMF. Enjoy them as much as you can, and keep them on your headphone stand or in the case. And the last thing too I'll leave you with is definitely, I'll put a link to the Boveda Packets in this video. If you live in a climate between 25 and 60 humidity and between 60 degrees and 90 degrees or so Fahrenheit temperature, you can leave these out. But if your humidity is really low or really high, you're gonna wanna go get one of those Boveda Packets. 49% is the perfect amount. I'll give you a link in the comments below, and you'll definitely wanna keep that in your case with your ZMFs as you store them in a, climate that is atypical of those numbers. So go enjoy these, use that dry cloth, and I'll see you in another video as you're using your ZMFs.